Hi, my name is Elizabeth Shields, and this is my presentation on different techniques for displaying data. So if I was doing this presentation, before I even present my presentation, I would first have them raise their hands and tell me what they know about graphs. So what are the different types of graphs? What is the purpose of graphs? And this way I could just see what they already know and what I really need to focus on that they don't know. So just that I have an idea going into my presentation. And then I would tell them that there's 3 different graphs that we're going to be learning about today: bar graphs, picture graphs, and line graphs. So the first one I would go over is picture graphs. A picture graph, or also known as a pictograph, is a visual representation of data using images or symbols to represent quantities. Each symbol or image represents a specific quantity. And the purpose of picture graphs are to visually represent data in a way that is easy to understand for younger learners. And then I would show them an example of what a pictograph is, and I would explain all of that to them and what the pictures represent and all that. And then the next type of graph is a bar graph. So a bar graph is a chart or graph with columns and bars that are proportional to the values they represent. On one side of the chart, or the axis, it shows the categories that are being compared, and then on the other axis it shows what is being measured. Bar graphs are specifically used to compare things to different groups, and bar graphs make it easy to see trends and the differences in values. And then again, I would show them an example of a bar graph. I would show them the different axes and what the bars mean and all that. And then finally, we have a line graph. A line graph is a graph that uses lines to connect individual data points. Line graphs are used to show change over time, and then the purpose of line graphs are to represent the relationship between 2 variables over time. And then again, I would show them a line graph and what it means and all that. And then for an activity for them, I printed this off as an example, but what I would have them do is, okay, so there's a spot for picture graph, bar graph, and line graph. I would have them go around to their classmates and take data. So for a picture graph, I would have them ask different classmates what their favorite food is. And then for bar graph, I would have them ask their classmates what their favorite sport is. And then for the line graph, I would ask them, I would have them ask their classmates when their birthday is, and that way they could track it throughout the months for the line graph, since that's a change over time. So I would have them record their data in these spaces, and then once they go around and ask their classmates all those questions, I would have them put it into the graph. So for the picture graph, you have tacos, pizza, spaghetti, hamburgers, and then they would draw the pictures. And then I have an empty bar graph and line graph so that they can record the results of the data they took on their classmates. And then after they turned in this activity, I would have them take a multiple choice quiz on the different types of bar graphs and what the purpose of them is. So that is my presentation.